So, when you hear Book of Proverbs, what comes to mind? Probably a bunch of nice, gentle sayings, right? Well, what if I told you that a part of it is actually, well, it's more like a set of sharp, witty, and honestly pretty provocative puzzles. They're designed to really make you think. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to decode the secret wisdom of these ancient riddles.
I know. It sounds like the beginning of a really weird joke, right? But believe it or not, this is the exact kind of question that's at the heart of what we're digging into. It's a puzzle, one that connects two things you would never put together, all to reveal a pretty powerful truth about human nature.
And the answer is hidden in the work of this ancient sage named Agur. Now, Agur is, well, he's a pretty unique voice you find tucked away in the Book of Proverbs. He is not your typical wise man. I mean, the guy opens his chapter by saying he's basically less perceptive than anyone else. That tells you everything, right? He's got this humble but also deeply sarcastic style, and he uses these brilliant word puzzles to make his point. So let's jump in and follow his trail.
Okay, so Agur's first riddle, it's a real deep dive into this idea of insatiable desire, that feeling of never having enough. And he kicks it off with an image that is simple, but yeah, it's also pretty creepy. Get this, a blood-sucking leech with two daughters, and the only thing they ever say is, give, give. I mean, this isn't some polite request, is it? It's this relentless, desperate cry for more. It just perfectly sets the tone of this insatiable, never-ending demand. So Agur takes that idea and just runs with it. He lists four other things that, just like those leech daughters, never ever say enough. First, you've got Sheol or the grave. It's never full, right? Then the barren womb, always longing for a child. Then there's parched earth, just desperate for water. And finally a fire, which will just keep consuming anything you throw at it. So what in the world connects these four things? And this is where Agur pulls back the curtain. He reveals that, these aren't just a random list of hungry things. Nope, they're actually a mirror. So here's the big reveal, the key. Every single one of them is a metaphor for human greed. Think about it. The grave, the thirsty earth, the fire, they all represent a kind of desire that you just can't quench. Agur is using this really vivid, almost gut-punch imagery to talk about just how ridiculous selfish ambition can be. And this is where his biting sarcasm just brilliantly comes into play. See, earlier in his writing, Agur prayed to God and asked for one thing: give me just enough. That's it. He just wanted contentment. And now he's contrasting that simple prayer with this endless, screaming cry for more, more, more. He's not just listing hungry things here, you guys. He is actively mocking that all too human tendency to never, ever be satisfied. All right, let's switch gears and move on to the next riddle, because this is where it all starts to build. And this one, it's even more subtle. Agur lists four things that he says are too wonderful for him, things he just can't wrap his head around. So first up, he points to the sky, to the way of an eagle. You can just picture it, right? Soaring, powerful, carving this invisible path through the air. Then he looks down, to the way of a snake on a rock. That stealthy, silent movement, almost invisible. And then he looks out to the sea, at the way of a ship on the high seas. This massive thing, plowing through the water, leaving this huge wake. And then for the final one, he brings it right back home, from the natural world to the human one, and the way of a man with a girl. Whoa, okay, that's the pivot. What on earth could connect these four things? An eagle, a snake, a ship, and the secret rendezvous? What's the link? So what is the connection? Well, the answer comes with a really clever and honestly kind of shocking punchline. This isn't just about things that are amazing to look at. The common thread, the thing that links them all, is that they leave no trace behind. Think about it. After the eagle flies by, the sky is empty again. The snake slithers over the rock, but there is no trail. And just a few moments after that huge ship passes, the ocean is smooth, showing no sign it was ever even there. It's like they move without leaving a single mark. And then Agur drops the bombshell. He says this is the way of an adulteress. She eats and wipes her mouth and says, I have done nothing wrong. Wow, he connects all those traceless paths directly to a secret affair. It's all about the illusion that you can do something and have it leave no consequence. Okay, so we gotta unpack that metaphor because it is powerful. In this context, eating is a poetic stand-in for the illicit act itself. But wiping her mouth, that's the really crucial part. It's a symbol for erasing the evidence, for just pretending nothing ever happened. It's about that dangerous belief that you can do something in secret and it'll leave no trace, just like that snake on the rock. So now that we've pulled apart these two ancient, super sarcastic riddles, what do they really tell us? Like, what's the big takeaway for us right now?
Well, when you put them side by side, a really clear picture starts to emerge. Riddle number 1, it's a warning against wanting too much, against that kind of greed that can never be satisfied. And riddle number 2, that's a warning against thinking your actions are invisible, that you can get away with something and leave no mark. They're basically two sides of the exact same coin.
So here's the bottom line. What Agur is really targeting here is this timeless human fantasy, right? The desire for limitless gain with zero consequence. It's that wish to satisfy every single impulse, to have it all, but never have to face the fallout. He's holding up a mirror to us and showing us just how dangerous that illusion really is. And that brings us to one last, really thought-provoking question, but for our time. I mean, Agur was writing thousands of years ago about the illusion of a traceless act. But think about our world, a world of digital footprints, social media, constant surveillance. Is it even possible anymore to imagine that any act is truly without a trace? It kind of feels like Agur's ancient riddle is more relevant right now than it has ever been.